You guys already know what it is. This Shitachi Sensei back with another video, and this is going to be a Tower of Fantasy video, guys. I actually wanted to add this in the previous video that you guys probably maybe have watched. Go watch it. But in this video, I'm specifically going to talk about how I think you should go about using your orbs in this game after you farm, if you are a free-to-play player. If you are going to whale it out or just spend money casually, a little bit more than casually, do as you please, right? But if you're free to play in these games, eventually the orb sources run out. It gets very, very hard to collect them unless they differ, right? In Tower of, if that differs in Tower of Fantasy, but usually that's what happens, right? So just in case, right, instead of just grinding out all your orbs and try going for all these SSR characters, and we're going to go over them in a second, right, you may want to hold off, possibly get 1 to 3 SSRs, or try to get, and then just save all the orbs that can be saved, right? Because in the other video they talk about certain things, or the gacha death talks about other things. But let's jump right into the SSR characters. So I believe at this point for launch, these are the SSR characters that are going to be able to be obtained to the gacha. That's Claudia, Cobalt B, Coco Ritter, Haney, Huma, Karasuma, King, Meryl, Samir, Shiro, and Zero. That rhymed. And honestly, oh, sorry about that, guys. And honestly, I want to get Samir, right? Definitely. I wanted to get I think it was the snow Mural, right? And maybe like a sword user, Claudia or something, right? But I think I'm going to attempt to get one of them, right? And just use SRs as other units, assuming I can get the relative, content done, right? And I'm going to save up my orbs for like other banners, basically. And this could be wrong. This may not work in this game, but power creep is usually something that happens in this game. You get these characters, so they have to invent better characters that are stronger, and then you keep working up the ladder. So if you wait 2-3 steps up the ladder and you have a whole bunch of points, you're going to start gaining meta characters at a point where those older ones, assuming, right, are going to be out of date or just older, right? Because let's say I played Bleach Brave Souls, for instance. The characters when the game came out in the first year are not even worth mentioning 7 years later, right? They're just like a trophy piece, and eventually these characters will become that too. But it's almost like getting yourself kind of ahead of the curve, starving in the beginning, right? As long as you can collect the orbs, you have good enough weapons for that, then more willing to you, right? You're going to be in a better position moving forward as a free-to-play player. And also your orb stock is going to be quite replenished unless you're going to whale it out and waste it. You could kind of pick, I want to use 500, or I want to use 200 out of this 2000 I've saved, right? Now I understand, or I think I looked into cases where special limited banner currency is limited, but I believe you have to transfer it from currency that is unlimited. So as long as you don't transfer it, unless you want the character, then it's going to stay unlimited, so that shouldn't be an issue, right? So that's mainly what I wanted to say, right? Things can differ. You can tell me it's more beneficial to use your orbs on each banner, because I know the guarantee rate, it builds up and carries over on other banners. So you can try to get, let's say there's a secondary, you try to get the unit you want, but you don't go all in. You kind of just sprinkle a little multis at it, maybe 3 10 pulls, right? Maybe you get it, maybe you're really lucky, maybe you're not, but you're adding towards that gauge to where when it actually becomes an SSR you want, you're at least guaranteed a chance to get them instantly with that. Or I think it's even a selector, maybe not, but either way, right, it works up to your benefit, all the way to the point where also I believe after 380 pulls, right, on a banner, you get to just pick the weapon of choice with collecting another currency. So that's also another cool incentive too as a free to play. You're gonna want to think very smart. If you want to pick a waifu or whatever they call for the husbands and stuff, go ahead. But if you're thinking I want to be as top tier as I can for free or with minimum money spending, you're gonna always want to think about your moves, think about how you're spending. You really gotta manage, be an accountant, right, and manage manage your orb currency. And one last thing, I believe there is that select an SSR ticket that you're gonna obtain from doing a bunch of quests and stuff. Assuming it doesn't expire, and possibly assuming that it allows you to, or it adds other SSRs into the tier, later on with updates, I think it's a no-brainer. Don't use it and wait till there's better units in there. But if it isn't and it stays the same, I would still argue just wait, right? Because you may pull that SSR after selecting it, and that's gonna feel pretty shitty. Beyond the fact that you can use it like as a dump, right, or as fodder, but still, it's still gonna feel bad. So you always want to wait when there's a selector. So as long as there's not an expiration date holding you off to using it, and I'll just leave it off of that. I wanted to add this into the other video, but I realized I didn't talk about it when I was going over the reaction. So duh. But here it is, guys. It what 3 days, guys. We get to play in 3 days, so prep the way you need to prep. If you haven't went on the website and signed up, sign up. I'll try to put the link in the description if I could find it, but sign up so you can get those login bonuses, right, for the what do you call it, the start of the game, right? And subscribe to the channel, like, share, leave in the comment who you wanted as an SSR. Do you agree with my opinion on how you should go about your orb spending, or do you want to go about it differently? Just let me know in the comment section. I appreciate everybody and the support in the last video. Take it easy. Peace.